Welcome back, everyone, to whoever's still here. It's been 9 months since, I think 9 months since I've last posted a video. Yeah, so let's just say school's been crazy. I've been busy, but finally, now that school's out for summer, I can actually get back to, having a look at some trains. So, very excited to see what we get today and tomorrow. This is going to be a bit of a two-parter. I'm at New Brunswick today. I'm going to head out to Princeton Junction tomorrow. Get to see the trains really fly. So exciting things are happening. We've got the new Aero trains coming for Amtrak. They are testing, the Cascades ones at least, and they look fantastic on the NEC. And also, as we just saw that NJ Transit train northbound, the new Gen 3 multi-level cars are in testing now for NJ Transit. I want to say I'm excited for them, but honestly they don't look like that much of an improvement from the existing ones. But either way, cool things are happening. Can't wait to see what we get. All right, so since I got here at a pretty slow time for train travel, now seems like a good time to also mention that this is my first time going railfanning since the new Avalia Liberties entered service. I did see one while they were still testing, and I got that on video, so that was very fortunate. I've seen them since they've entered service, but not while I was railfanning specifically. So today's finally the day, and I'm very excited. Number 3847 southbound to Trenton, local train from New York. Multi-level cab car at the lead. Here comes the Crescent. Nice overtake there. And now the northbound NJ Transit train's gonna pull in here. So these cars, the Comets, they're obviously older than the multi-levels. Still not aware of any formal plans to phase these out. The Aeros are going to be the first to go, for sure. But we'll see what happens with these. Brand new high-speed train in action. Those trains look sharp, gotta say. Here we go, Northeast Regional 93 is on the move, and it's coming in fast. And right after the Northeast Regional, here comes the Keystone. Another local train to Trenton. very windy out today. Here we go. Check this out. How awesome is that? Next gen Acela with the America 250 paint. Brand new. Man, that is awesome. Now we got another one southbound. Man, finally someone gave a little horn. This train's going to Jersey Avenue. So this is the last stop before it gets there. At least with NJ Transit, you're guaranteed some horn at the stations. Can hardly see in those windows. It's a common misconception that the windows are just really dirty on these cars, but actually what it is, I believe, is sun damage. And that's why they're replacing all the windows on the multi-level cars with new windows that you can actually see out of, because a simple cleaning isn't going to fix the problem. The other platform, you've got a veterans unit, ALP 45 DP. Love to see it. Love to see any trains that are just different. You know, that makes things interesting. Of course, you got the multi-levels bringing up the rear. You're going to be able to distinguish the new multi-levels because they're going to have a slightly different paint job. The 3 colored bands going through the center of the cars will be broken up by an NJ Transit logo in the center. So if you see that logo, that's how you can tell it's one of the new ones. Here comes train number 97. That is, of course, the Silver Meteor. You're going to need some sleeper cars. This is going all the way to Miami. A lot of love for America today. We got another veterans unit pulling in. Yeah, a lot of these ALP 46s look like they could use a repaint. The decal looks fine. I just wish they would touch up the colors at the bottom. All right, we got a freight train coming in on the near track, and I always love seeing these trains for one thing in particular, and it is that Conrail caboose. Always cool to see. Here's something you got to appreciate while you still can. Here comes a legacy Acela. Oh, this is going to be a money shot right here. So you got that train breezing through here, and then right at the end of this NJ Transit train, it is 4640. The old NJ Transit paint scheme. Love it. Northeast Regional's heading in opposite directions. This station really does make for a great background. One's going to Jersey Ave. With the local train about to stop on the far track, we've got an overtake up the middle from Amtrak. And it is the Pennsylvanian. There goes number 42. Now we got this train pulling in here. Station is crowded once again. Comes a semi-express train to Trenton. Went straight from the airport to Metro Park. That was the Keystone passing up the middle. Train frequency is picking up as rush hour approaches. Comes Northeast Regional 173, Boston to DC. This local train is an express train up the middle. modern ACS 64 and the aging Amfleet cars. It really is a stark contrast, and it's all getting replaced by the new Aero trains. I'm excited to see them, but it's still cool to see these trains. And now we're going to get treated to the symphony that is this ACS 64 starting up. Motors sound so cool on this thing. Any second now. I mean, how do you beat that? That's just the coolest sound ever. There's 129, continues southbound to DC. Those ACS 64s, they sound so cool. Here comes another express train. So interestingly, this train is 7 minutes early. When do you ever see that? With the old arrows.
Will be the 5:23 p.m. eastbound train to Penn Station, New York, stopping at Metro Park, New York International Airport, New York Penn Station, Target, and Penn Station, New York. Please stand back from the yellow line. Watch the gap in the train and
Pretty cool. These old trains accelerate really fast. Hard to envision them being around much longer, but still very cool to see them. Arrows in full flight, living up to their name. Another veterans unit. For me, the elusive one, though, has been the Amtrak veterans unit, the ACS 64. You guys know what I'm talking about. I've seen that one before outside of Railfanning, but never when I've actually been filming. That one's been elusive. ACS 64 with the America 250 decal. Pretty cool. Here comes Northeast Regional number 148 out of Washington, heading for Springfield. 167 in the other direction. Love the sound of the old Metroliner cab car horn as the Keystone passes by. Here comes the northbound Crescent. And now the local train gets moving.
Attention New Brunswick customers. The next train to stop on track 1 will be the 5:29 p.m. eastbound train to Princeton.
Train to Jersey Avenue making a stop here. Another chance to look at the arrows. Alright, old meets new. On the far track we've got a freight train coming through, and then passing it through the middle is going to be a next-gen Acela. Get a chance to look at the old Conrail caboose again, as well as America's fastest train. Here comes number 176. Slow.
North Elizabeth, Newark International Airport, Newark Penn Station, Chicago, and Penn Station, New York. Please stand back to the yellow line. Please watch the gap between the train and the platform when boarding.
So we had a good look there at 4640 coming the other way. We saw it earlier, it was northbound. Love to see it. Feels like they brought back an ALP 44 almost. So cool. A bit unusual for a Northeast corridor train. We've got two Comet 5s at the end of this train. Don't see that too much. as this train departs, we've got an express train heading south. Alrighty, so that is going to be all for today. I will see you guys on the flip side as I go to Princeton Junction tomorrow. Alright, here we are at Princeton Junction, day 2 of the doubleheader. Let's see what we get. Here comes an express train. It's stopping here, and then it's stopping at New Brunswick, and then it's going straight to the airport. And here's the Pride unit. I also saw 4640 on the train over here to Princeton Junction. Probably see it coming back the other way. Here comes another one. This is a local train. Here comes the Keystone. Silver Meteor coming through. As this train departs, got the Northeast Regional blazing through here. Princeton Station. Nice little area. It's the Hobie Baker rink. Here's the station. Very nice area. All right, just took the shuttle back to Princeton Junction from Princeton University. They've got a nice little area around the station, I gotta say. They got a Wawa literally connected to the platform. Got a nice waiting room. Just a very nice campus. Anyways, we're back here for more trains. Trains in both directions making a stop here. Northeast Regional 129 making a stop here at Princeton Junction. An ACS 64 at both ends. As 129 departs, Acela 2170 should be coming soon. All right, I'm right on cue. Here is 2170, another next-gen Acela. Check out what just pulled in, 4640, and here comes the Northeast Regional 148. one of my favorite heritage units of all. That and the Pennsylvania Railroad one. Those are probably my top two. 2167 is racing through here, a legacy Acela. Speeding through Princeton Junction. Here comes the Crescent from New Orleans. Cue the jazz. I mean, that's good enough jazz. It's a horn. I mean, here comes Keystone 652. Making a stop here with the old Metroliner cab car at the lead. And as 652 continues to pull into the station, Keystone 653 is headed the other way. We'll be seeing that momentarily. And the Metroliner cab car repainted. That looks great. A lot better than the yellow and black. Another train from NJ Transit is pulled in as 652 departs. Here's an express train flying through. Here's the 250 again. You love to see it. And here's the Northeast Regional. Making a stop here. And I believe, yeah, NJ Transit pulling in on the far track. This NJ Transit train is departing. Northeast Regional about to follow suit. Albeit in the opposite direction, of course. And 176 is on the move again. Here comes 193 and NJ Transit passing. directions. Making a stop here. Nice little horn show. There goes 197. And once again, here is 4640. And our final train for this video will be a Acela 2122, a legacy set. I'm going to miss that hybrid horn when it's gone. All right, and that's a wrap for this 2 days of rail fanning. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will hopefully see you sooner than 9 months from now.